Good morning, everyone, and welcome. My name is Stephanie, and I'm the recruiter for the Doña County Detention Center. If I could remind everyone to please put your phones on silent, and we're going to go ahead and get started. If everyone will please stand for the posting of the colors, and then please remain standing for the invocation. Thank you. Chaplain Bill Stickles will now deliver the invocation.
Thank you, and I'd like to congratulate all of the young fine officers here for the great job that they've done, and kind of remind them that this is not the end of their journey, but the beginning. From Psalms 127, the Bible says, unless the Lord builds a house, they labor in vain who build it. Unless the Lord guard the city, the watchman keeps awake in vain. The watchman keeping awake in vain. Our law enforcement agencies are an extension of the sovereignty of the rule of God. That is what the Apostle Paul said when he wrote, let every person be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except from God, and those that exist have been instituted by God. Therefore, whoever resists the authorities resists what God has appointed, and those who resist incur judgment, because he or she is God's servant for your good. But if you do wrong, be afraid, for he does not bear the sword in vain. Dear Lord, I thank you for these officers here today, and I thank you that you watch over them. You alone know everything, and you know what's happening today. And so I pray for your protection over all of these fine young officers at the Doña County Detention Center. Prepare them for duty today, not knowing what is to come, but knowing that you know every detail. And so I ask you to give them wisdom in their performance of their duty, to make wise decisions, to keep everyone safe from harm, and to do so in a way that honors you and glorifies you, because you put your Son in harm's way so that we might be saved. And that is truly the greatest gift that can be given. So I pray, give them guidance to make the wise choices for themselves and for others who trust those who are there, who they encounter. Give them compassion for those that may be difficult to work with. Help them, Lord, to return to their home safely each day, and help them to return unharmed from what happens throughout the day, and help them to become a better person through their work here, and help them to each reach their full potential that you have in each one. And thank you to bless each and one of the officers and the staff and the administration there at the detention center. Guide them and help them and protect them in all ways. And thank you for your blessings in your precious Son's name. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Please be seated. Cadets, please be seated. At this time, I'd like to welcome Judge Linda Flores, again, Chaplain Bill Stickles, Assistant County Manager Vince Pocluda, Captain Baker, Lieutenant Olivas, Chaplain David Beam, we've got Sergeant Puente, Lieutenant Salcido, all of our uniformed personnel, our K-9 Dallas for everybody, make sure you see him over here. So, great job, Honor God. Thank you. Good job. At this time, I'm going to introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Vince Pocluda. He is the Assistant County Manager and oversees many departments within Doña County, one of them being the Detention Center. Before being Assistant County Manager, he was manager of the county's Grant Administration Office, and before that, the Grant Administrator in the Sheriff's Office. He has completed 35 years in law enforcement. He is retired from both the El Paso Police Department and the El Paso Sheriff's Department, and he is also a veteran of the U.S. Army. Thank you for your service. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Vince Pocluda.
Buenos días, bienvenidos y felicidades. You all are here to celebrate and memorialize the graduation of these 5 students. They're still students because now they're embarking on their real education in working with the public. This is where the learning takes place. Everything taught to them by the staff. Everything that they've been exposed to thus far is in the books. It's on a screen projected by some video device. It's what we've instructed them. But here is where the lifelong lessons, where you've taught them, where you've raised them, where you've talked to them and imparted your knowledge, comes to bear. We're just an additional facet of their learning. Now they're going to go out into the law enforcement arena, and they're going to exercise this knowledge. They are not only a reflection of you, but they are a reflection of this community and this country. It's something that everybody in the staff, everybody in the support staff have tried to nurture and bring up for the benefit of the citizens of Doña County. Learning the trade of law enforcement, no matter whether it's in detention or police work, is not easy, because these students will come face to face with the human condition. They will begin to understand the other side of what happens in society, while promoting and devoting their lives to what the bureaucracy and government provide, to what the flag stands for, and to what our Constitution stands for. The key to their success is to hold on to everything that they've been taught by their family, by their siblings, by the staff, and impart that in their daily job to those that they serve, you all, and the people that we hold safely in our detention facility. This is not an easy job. It's never been portrayed to be that way. It is not glamorous, and there's some days that you wonder if you're going to make it through the day, much less the next years of your career. The books they're going to be learning from are the people they serve. Every time you make contact with a person, you learn something. You are imparted with knowledge. It is a gift. It is a gift that is going to affect you for the rest of your career, and possibly for the rest of your life. I speak the truth because I've served 35 years. And each and every time I have spoken to somebody, taught somebody, or even arrested somebody, I learned something. That is the nature of the beast that we work with, the human condition. Regardless of the experience, these are human souls that we deal with, both out in the community and within the detention facility. Not only are they part of the community, but they are part of us. This is a valuable and very important thing you must learn as a public servant and as a detention officer or police officer or sheriff's deputy. This is what you're committing your life to. And it's important for you to understand, but I think the saying goes, there but for the sake of God go I. It's important that you understand that these people also have relatives, family, siblings, and other folks that they want to come back to after they're rehabilitated or after they've served their time. I applaud them for making the effort, and I will support them throughout their careers. I want to personally thank the staff, the Honor Guard, our HR staff that's represented today, the chaplains, the captains, the lieutenants, because I understand the human condition, and I'm still learning it. I've just celebrated my 70th birthday. And I've already seen huge changes in the way we live, society, and our communities. And I understand that it's not going to stop here. It's going to keep on changing. My congratulations to everyone. I want to thank everybody who's participated in this ceremony, especially the family members, the officers, the staff, the captain, lieutenant, and the sergeants. Judge Flores, thank you for participating as well. Stephanie.
Thank you. And yes, now I see Sean Spain, the HR administrator for the detention center, and I'm always trying to make sure I don't miss anyone. So, although all of you out there are special as well, so thank you. All right, at this time, I'd like to invite Sergeant Puente up to the podium.
Good morning, everybody. I want to thank everybody, family members and friends from this graduating class that are here this morning. I want to tell this class, take a couple of moments to congratulate you guys for doing great academically. You guys all did 100%. You guys got good grades, learned, gave it your best. And your next step that you guys are still going to keep learning, like our director said, like you guys will still continue to learn from every officer, every person that you're going to, in your FTO, in your next step, you will continue to learn and learn more. I just want you guys to continue to give your 100%, stick to policy and procedure. And with that said, we're going to go with this video that's going to show you guys what they went through their academy, and I want to give a special thanks to Joseph Vargas. Thank you.
The video is always a highlight of this morning's ceremony. Great job, Sergeant Puente and Joseph. Joseph is back there. That's why I keep looking back there. You can't see him, but that's where he's at. So. All right. And now, getting close to the moment everyone's been waiting for, the oath of honor that will be delivered by Judge Flores. Judge Flores met and married her husband while they served in the United States Army. Thank you for your service. After the military, they studied abroad for a short time in Guatemala. Upon their return to the United States, she pursued a bachelor's degree from the University of New Mexico, graduating at the top of her class. She immediately went into law school at UNM and received her Juris Doctorate in 1997. She was the National Association of Women's Lawyers Outstanding Graduate of the Year from UNM, and also won the Governor's Award for Outstanding New Mexican Women that same year. She has worked for the Public Defender's Office in Albuquerque and for Southern New Mexico Legal Aid. Additionally, she served as trustee for the town of Mesilla from 2010 to 2018. She was elected as Magistrate Judge Division II in November of 2018. Judge Flores and her husband have 2 children and are very active in their schools. Ladies and gentlemen, Judge Linda Flores.
I was in the Army, and I did physical training. I ran 6-minute miles. I did ruck marches with 50 pounds rucksacks on my back. And the last time I was here, I thought I was tough, and I saw that video of your training, and I got PTSD just watching it. Gosh. You know, I went through a building filled with gas. I didn't get it sprayed on my face, and I didn't get tased. So I was trained for combat, but this was before the first Gulf War. The reality of possible physical confrontation was not as real for me. That threat is very real for you. Your training looks tough. My hope for you is that you never have to perform some of the things you had trained for. But I take comfort knowing you can face any task because of your training. This job gets stressful. Don't keep it inside. Find someone to talk to, a friend, a spouse, a coworker. Maybe a little humor, because that always helps. Remember the family that is here today to support you. They want to continue to support you. Plus, you are now part of a larger family, your fellow detention officers. You are not alone. We serve the community, keeping the community safe by working with the same population. You get the inmates when an officer has arrested them and put them in the detention center, or a judge, like me, has decided to hold them in jail, where they are deprived of their home, friends, and family, unable to work and support themselves and their family when they are at their lowest. When I see them, they are on their best behavior, hoping to get out of jail or stay out of jail. You see them once that hope for freedom has been removed. It's a hard job. The inmates have to be here. You are here by choice. It's your profession. Thank you for choosing it. You treat them with the dignity and respect their humanity. You act with the utmost professionalism. They have lost their freedom, but not their humanity. That's American justice. That's a system that I'm proud to be a part of, and I'm proud of you and the important role you play in it. Think about it. This system would not work without you. So thank you and congratulations. Do I have them stand? If you could just please stand. So, I, and state your name, I swear on my honor, I will never betray my badge. My integrity, my character, or the public trust. I will always have the courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions. I will always uphold the laws, policies, and procedures of my community, county, and state that I serve. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Judge Flores. Great job. Very nice. And congratulations to our officers. Let's hear it again. All right. Officers, please be seated. And while this class, we have the 5, I want to make mention that even though it is a small class, there still were over 100 applicants. I process so many individuals, and you are looking at the 5 that are graduating today. So let's give them another round of applause. Good job. At this time, I'd like to invite Lieutenant Ruben Salcido to the podium.
Good morning, everybody. I would like to thank you all again for being here today to support the newly sworn-in officers. Congratulations again, guys. Appreciate your hard work. These men and women went through 8 weeks of training in the classroom, which is mostly PowerPoint. So if anybody has done PowerPoint, it's like death by PowerPoint all day long, being taught by us, Sergeant Puente, many of the other instructors that are with us. So good job on that. And physical training, like you guys saw up there, they also got exposed to many things: taser, OC, some control force, some defensive tactic moves. This class also in particular went out to the firing range, correct, guys? So they were the first class to actually start to get back into the transition again, to go out to the firearm range, which is pretty awesome for them. Excited about that for them. Overall, they probably went through close to about 200 hours of training, just training inside classroom and training in the facility. So good job for sticking it out. It's not an easy task. So now what's going to happen is they're going to go on to your next phase. You guys are going to go on next phase into the FTO phase. Everything they learned, that we taught them, that they absorbed in the classroom, they're going to go out and put it into work. They're going to be side by side with a senior officer that is going to lead them in learning the many other tasks that they complete on the floor every day. So that's another challenge for you guys to take on and get through, which I know you can do, because you guys worked really hard. They made a choice to take on this job, even though it's a risky job and it's a dangerous job. They did it to protect us, the safety of everybody that's in there, the county, and themselves. They are now a brotherhood, a sisterhood with the rest of the family. So they took on this task to take care of each other. I have a few tips for you guys. They're good ones. Ready? Right. Make good choices on and off of duty, right? You represent us now. You're part of this. You're part of the county. You're part of this badge that you guys are wearing. You represent us. So make good choices on and off duty. Mistakes, you're going to make them. Everybody makes them. We all make them every day. Just learn from them, own up to them, and move on. That's all you got to do, right? And lastly, know that we see you working hard day in and day out. Not every day you're going to hear me or maybe your sergeant, maybe lieutenant say, hey, good job, guys. But don't ever doubt that we don't recognize your hard work. We know that you guys are out there working hard for us, and we appreciate it every day, okay? Congratulations again. Okay, as we mentioned, they did a lot of classroom work. With a lot of classroom work came tests, which you all probably know because they were probably home studying Maybe, I hope, right? Yes? They just went in and winged it? I hope they were studying. They did study, actually, because it was a very tight race. They all did well. I'm actually proud of them because none of them had to retest. They never had to take a retest, nothing. They all passed every test that they were given on their first shot. That's excellent. I'm proud of you guys for that. That's very good. But with that being said, the valedictorian for the race this time is Officer Flores. If you would come up, please. Congratulations, sir.
Okay. Yes, sir. Right. Okay. I'm kidding. I got good sight. Good morning, family, friends, board members, chaplain, Captain Baker, Lieutenant Olivas. A quote from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson: "Success isn't always about greatness. It's about consistency. Constant hard work leads to success. Greatness will come." This class, known as the Fab Five, came together, worked hard as a team during this academy, and honestly, I couldn't be prouder of this group of individuals. We've had laughs, we shed some tears, mainly from the OC spray, but most of all, we became a lifelong family. Sergeant Puente, thank you for your guidance and leadership to make us exceptional officers, but pretty please, no more PowerPoints. I want to thank our families and our loved ones for supporting us and giving us a reason to go to work every day. This academy has made us qualified for the job, and we became philosophical with the expectations that have been bestowed upon us. Thank you. And Sergeant Puente, I'd like to present a plaque to you for basically giving us, passing the torch, and making us great officers.
Good job, guys. Okay, at this time, I am going to present the certificates of completion of the academy. So family members, if you would like to take pictures, you're more than welcome to come up into the middle aisle here. The officers will be passing by there. Just please don't pass the last row of chairs because they might trip on you. They see you, right? All right, so we'll go ahead and get started here. First, we have Officer Karras. Come up, please. Congratulations. Officer Flores. Officer Moore. Officer Garcia. Officer Grease. Right. Good job, guys. One more time, congratulations on that transition right there. Good job. I would again like to thank the staff that assisted us with the training and development of the cadets. And we couldn't have done it without them. We couldn't have done it without everybody's help to make it possible. It's a lot of hours of training to get everything in for Sergeant Puente's PowerPoints to get done. It's a lot of work. So one more time, congrats. That's not what I meant to say. Appreciate their help. That's what I meant to say. Thank you. Thank you.
Good job. Thank you, Lieutenant Salcido. All right. And as you noticed earlier, I try to always thank those who have served our country and are part of the military, National Guard, or reserves. And I do believe in this class we have a couple of individuals who I'm going to put on the spot and ask them to stand so we can all recognize and thank them for their service. Anyone who's... Thank you, officers. I do. I think it's very important, and they're continuing to serve their community. And certainly anyone out there, thank you for your service. At this time, I'd like to ask the Honor Guard to retire the colors. The video of this morning's ceremony will actually be on YouTube, so you can share it with friends and family who couldn't be here, okay? And this concludes our ceremony this morning, so go and celebrate with our new officers. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. And you can take pictures and go have fun. Thank you, officers.